Well, hello, welcome to another edition of Your Minute with Margo. Glad you joined me today, and we're almost finished with Proverbs 31. We're on verse 30, and let's get started in the Passion Bible today. I'm reading from the Passion Bible. Charm can be misleading, and beauty is vain, and so quickly fades. Wow, we really know that. And but this virtuous woman lives in the wonder, awe, and fear of the Lord. She shall be praised throughout eternity. The Amplified says, charm and grace are deceptive, and superficial. Beauty is vain. But a woman who fears the Lord, what does fear the Lord mean? Reverently worshiping, obeying, serving, and trusting Him with awe-filled respect. She shall be praised. So, the first thing I think about in this is how much the beauty industry is trying to get us to do all kinds of things to the outside. There's nothing wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with um, you know, taking care of ourselves, doing our hair. I mean, we all do it. But when it becomes more important than what we do on the inside, then I think that we need to look at what's the problem. Why are we what's on the inside? Why are we having such a struggle? Do we not love ourselves? Do we not love who we are and what God has made us to be? And are we really, all through this whole chapter, as we've gone through it the whole month, there's been so much said about what we've put on. What is it that we're clothing ourselves with? What are we putting on? Not just this black sweater or this black shirt or these black, you can't see them, but these black checkered pants. Um, but what are we actually clothing our heart with? And is there grace and is there love for other people? Are we reaching out to the needy? I mean, that's exactly what the virtuous, well, that's exactly what God is talking about. The virtuous woman is. Um, let's just go back to that since we're on the end of Proverbs, let's go back to that Proverbs 21 that we read about a couple of chapters ago, where it talked about the virtuous woman and how wonderful she was and how God was speaking that over her, that she was uh, valiant. And let me look for that. Let me look for um, what God was saying about her. Let's see, where was that? Speaking about her being uh, an army, a virtuous woman of might and um, wealth and prosperity, and a woman of generosity, and a woman of where was that? A brilliant woman, and a righteous woman, and a generous woman, and it talked about the Hebrew. Well, I know one right over here in Proverbs, the very first part of Proverbs, verse 10, when as we began the whole chapter, it said, who could find a woman, a virtuous woman? That woman, let's just remind ourselves what that woman and that wife was. Kehelah. I'm not sure I said it right, but it's the Hebrew word is Khayil. She is mighty, wealthy, excellent, morally righteous, full of substance, integrity, ability, and strength. Mighty like an army. That's what I was looking for. Mighty. She's excellent. She's morally righteous, full of substance, strength, full of strength, and mighty. That is just the virtuous woman that God has called us to be. And that is what God is speaking over us. And just remember that He is saying that we're not having just to be that person, but He is speaking that over us. The scripture that I was looking for is over here in verse 12:4. The integrity and strength of a virtuous woman, or a virtuous wife also, is this Hebrew word is warrior, champion, mighty one, powerful, valiant. Wow. Warrior. God's saying that about you. So when it's talking of charm can be misleading and beauty is vain, and it so quickly fades away. You look at all of these and turn off the Facebook and Instagram and quit scrolling. You're only seeing people that they want you to see the best of them, and you know all the beauty and everything that people can get done to themselves. But God is saying what's on the inside. What is more precious than anything is a woman that is full of love, and that's not, their mouth is not spewing out. I mean, Proverbs talked about it. We've talked about it during this whole month, not spewing out lies and talking about people and gossiping and speaking ill of one another. But she is a woman that is full of grace and mercy, and she's saying good things about people, and even those that maybe aren't saying good things about her, but she is saying the good things about people, and she's watching her tongue, and she's full of grace, and she's full of the word. Because why? She is um putting something, she's got self-care. I really want you to get that. All through this whole chapter, I've said that word, self-care. If you do self-care in the mornings, if you take that, if you make that an important part of your life, that you do self-care, that you don't just push it out of the way. Oh, I'm too busy. I got lots of things to do. If you'll do self-care, and that self-care is self-spiritual care. Self-spiritual care. If you'll do that, you'll be the virtuous woman that God is speaking over you, that God's calling you to be. And you know what? That is what it means to fear the Lord. That your life will be, you'll live in the wonder and awe and fear of the Lord. Proverbs 1:7 says, and I read it out of the the Passion Bible. 1:7 says, we cross the threshold. This is a powerful translation of this scripture, I believe, because it says we cross the threshold of true knowledge when we live in obedient devotion to God. So there's something that you step over into There's a place, there's a spiritual place that you step over into when you live in obedient devotion to God, when you listen to Him and you hear what He is saying and you obey. What you do in private, people will see in public. What you do in private, you do before God. What do you, the position you have before God, people will see in public. It'll show up in public. But when you're stubborn, when you're a stubborn know-it-all, will you'll never will never stop to do this, for they scorn true wisdom and knowledge. So, what does it mean to fear the Lord? What does it mean to not just be vain and full of trying to make yourself just everything that you can on the outside? Not that you're not supposed to, I mean, we keep ourselves up and we, take care of ourselves. That's not the point. But the point is that we do as much self-care on the inside so that we are gracious and we are kind, and the fruit of the Spirit is inside of us. And there is no way that we can have that unless we spend in private with Him in worship, in the Word, and in His presence. Hope that helped you today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for our last scripture in Proverbs 31. God bless you.